We're ready now for the lag.
Mohammad Soufi wins the leg.
So Mohammad Soufi, the runner-up, remember last year to FSR. And of course he's out already today. He's going to get us underway. Race to 11 for place.
Mohammad
The last
Soufi
16
to
of the
break.
World Championship.
You're tuning into 9-ball for the very first time. Don't go anywhere because Mohammad Soufi plays this game his own way. He plays very fast. He has his own unique cue action.
It's ironic really because it's the only table with the shot clock and it's probably not going to come into play for him. I've seen a couple of other matches today where players have really been taking their time. I hope no one's tuned in late because you're going to miss the first rack. It seems this is going to be a quick kill, you'd think. So what a start. Mohammad Soufi, as I say, earned a lot of fans last year, and this is why. What a start to the evening.
Mohammad Soufi wins the rack.
That's what you call comprehensive. Alawadhi. Well, at least it was quick.
Yeah, he'll have played Mohammad Soufi before and he will know his style of play. Well, Fedor Ghost. He's in a right battle. We know Phil has survived this. He's 9 each.
Yeah, Ghost, you've just gone, about to see, aren't we? Just gone 10-9. So that is on the hill for Ghost. What a struggle it's been. I mean, right from his first match, he lost, of course, 9-3, didn't on Monday. He's doing it the hard way.
Yeah, just to remind you, Ghost was 7 racks to 0 down. He's now 10-9 up. He's on the hill.
Yeah, and it's about to go hill. Soufi has sunk the 9. So one more rack to come with him and Robbie Capito. Ralph Soufi, the champion in 1996.
Rack 2, Mohammad
Meanwhile,
Soufi to
Soufi
break. Leaded by 1 rack to 0.
Start rack 2 after that stunning start to the night from him. Nothing in though this time.
One ball just catches the point. That's how difficult it is to pot the 1 ball.
Push out called. Mohammad, it's your choice.
Yeah, you heard the referee Julian say, Mohammad, it is your choice. After the push out, you can play the shot or you can hand it back to your opponent.
Ladder, please play again.
Yeah, so Soufi had the choice to play the shot or to put his opponent in. That's what he's done.
Yeah, he was playing a safety shot there. Safety shot's gone wrong, of course. Trying to get the cue ball over near the green 6. Yeah, you've heard us talking about Fedor Ghost since we started tonight's programme. And this is the reason why Ghost 10-9 up is at the table. He's on the red 3 ball.
Yeah, and that table in the background, that's the Suke Capito table. They haven't started the last rack yet. Yeah, Ghost 7-0 down, remember.
Yeah, he's lost the cue ball a little bit. He's a bit close to his ball. He can still pot that pink 4 though. Meanwhile, back on the TV table, Soufi with a little tricky shot. He seems to have handled it quite nice though. Doesn't want to land straight on the back rail.
Well, we'll keep in touch with Fedor Ghost, whether he can get the job done. But let's see if Soufi can open up a 2-rack advantage here.
Yeah, the good news is when Mohammad Soufi's on the table, we've got plenty of time to get around the arena. He plays that quick. Ralph Suke has just broke off at Hill Hill against Robbie Capito and Soufi. The only downside of playing really quick is you can miss the balls.
Yeah, it's an unexpected gift for Alawadhi, for sure.
Don't believe he wanted the cue ball all the way over past the 9 ball.
So he had to rely on a mistake from Soufi. Looking like he's going to be level. In it goes. Yeah, he'll be delighted that Soufi missed that 7, because the way he plays, the inspirational way he plays, you could have seen him really getting a good lead early on. Let's go back to table 4. Fedor Ghost still going.
Yeah, he played a really good shot on that pink 4 ball, did Fedor. I know we didn't see it, but he kind of potted it in that corner, and the cue ball come over towards the purple 5 with a bit of right-hand spin and just come past it. It was a beautiful little shot he played. And he has a good chance here, and he's not going to be rushed. He has battled, not just in this match, in his previous 3 matches. Let's not forget, he did lose a match in the double elimination round. He lost the first match, and then he won 9-7. Then in losers qualification, he won Hill Hill. He won 9-8. I think we're going to see a lot of emotion and all if Fedor pots these 3 balls.
Yeah, like I say, if he's going to win the title this year, he's going to have done it the hard way. 2 balls to go.
Yeah, he does have a bit of an angle as well. After every single shot, he's going back to the table. Getting the old talc on the chin. Yeah, but Alawadhi
Bada Alawadhi to break. The match is tied, 1 rack each.
will be breaking at 1-1. It was the mistake from Soufi, of course, the missed ball.
It's been a real mixed bag for the former champions, hasn't it, so far? Alvin Ocean out, of course, Sanchez Ruiz out earlier today, Copigny, Carlo Biardo. But the 2019 champion has the last ball for victory here and a place in the last 32 tonight.
Yeah, back over to the table. Gets the chalk. What a big shot this is.
Push out called.
And watch the reaction if it goes in.
Yeah, I think if I were Ralph Souke, I think I'd just go and sit down until this 9 goes in, because I think it could get a little noisy in here. Bedo Ghost was 7-0 down.
Well, very cool as it goes in. No reaction at all, just relief, I guess. So Fedor Gore still in the World Championship. What a recovery that was. Yeah, 7-0 down, as Cole says, gets over the line, 11-9. So back to the main table then, 1 each here. We just wanted to bring you that very close finish.
2 of the favourites. Joshua Filler, Fedor Ghost, with 2 simply amazing comebacks in the round of 64.
Yeah, just to reiterate, it's 1-1 here between Soufi and Alawadhi in this race to 11.
Yeah, we were getting so caught up in the Ghost match. The table that was just past Ghosty's table was Souke and Robbie Capito. That match is 10-10. Souke is at the table.
Well, just to show you, that was Ralph Souke. He has got a chance. What a win that would be. Robbie Capito, of course, won the UK Open just a few weeks ago.
Extension called.
Well, he'll take that. What a lovely roll that is from Soufi.
Extension called.
Well, Ralph Souke, we got a glimpse of the table. He's played a terrible shot to get on the 8 ball. Oh my word.
Foul shot.
Well, look at this one.
Ball
Played
in
the
hand.
jump shot. The cue ball jumps over
Please start the
the
clock.
blue 2. Watch the cue ball. Wow, double jump. It looked great, but it's a foul.
Ball in hand for Soufi. Great chance for a 2-1 lead. Now then, well, as you say, Cole, he looked like he was going to close it out. It's just got a lot more complicated for Ralph Souquet.
He had the 7 ball up the top end of the table, and he had to play a follow shot of 2 rails and bring the cue ball down table, and that's where the cue ball has finished. What a finish we've got here to table 5. 55 years of age, Ralph Souquet, a legend. European 9 ball, he's done it all, he's seen it all. And he's still causing these youngsters trouble.
Yeah, he's caused himself a little bit though, hasn't he, here? Soufi really not hanging around. It's not because he's started to do that.
Yeah, Mohammad Soufi often looks like it's a practice rack, doesn't it? But it is the match. This is how he plays.
Mohammad Soufi wins the rack.
Yeah, the jump shot did not come off as Souquet's preying on this cue ball.
Well, it's not landed good. What a moment we have here. He's not good on the 9 ball. If you think he can pot it in that middle pocket, the far middle pocket, believe me, that is very nippy. It would probably be easier playing the bank, but it's entirely up to Ralph here. What a tricky shot this is.
All the pool he's played in his life, and he's played more than most. But it is not straightforward for Ralph Souquet. It is for victory, though.
He's playing the bank shot into this near side pocket. And he's got it, Ralph Souquet, 55 years of age, with the bank on the 9. He's through to the last 32. Don't go anywhere. Drama here at the World Pool Championships.
Welcome back to Jeddah. What a thrilling start to night 4 of the World Pool Championship. We saw narrow wins for Joshua Filler, for Fedor Gorst, Ralph Souquet as well, champion 28 years ago. And here we are in the last 32. Mohammad Soufi, the runner-up last year, leads Badr Alawadhi 2-1. Just no half measures with Soufi, is that?
Yeah, he can pot this 3 in the corner, but you can see what the issue is going to be. Obviously, he's got to get from the 2 to the 3, so when he gets onto the 3, it's going to be awkward to get back down for the pink 4 ball. Probably go rail first on the blue 2. He's going to have to show us some cue power now to get this cue ball back down the bottom. Striking down on the cue ball. Yeah, it's always going to be tough.
Extension called.
Not be happy with that one, will he? I mean, well, looked a bit wild.
Yeah, I mean, that didn't threaten, I'm afraid. Money going up, of course, every round as well. That's got to be a factor here this week. But also, everyone wants to be, of course, world champion. Trophy's been on display the whole time in the middle of the arena.
Just his cue ball, isn't it? It was the same case last year in the final. Just the way he plays the game, his style. He's not got the best cue ball on the circuit, so he has to keep pulling out these type of shots. Should have been a lot easier on the purple 5. This
Extension called.
yeah, because he's chasing the positional play. He's not landed great on the 6. He's jacked up, but he's recovered well.
Yeah, he doesn't have any fear of playing the difficult shots. So, 2 easier shots for a 3-1 lead. Alawadhi did have a chance. He was a bit wild with that 3. And Soufi
Mohammad
has
Soufi
taken a
wins the
3-1
round.
lead in the early stages here. And we can go and join Addy.
Fedor, wow. That's the only word I can find to describe what we just saw there. 7-0 down, you come back, you find something. You found something in all your games so far, but describe what you're feeling when you're 7-0 down in that game.
Well, like you said, I went through that emotions almost in every match I played. I felt that I already lost the match. I was down 4-0. That's when I had my first good opportunity, and I didn't run out, played pretty poor the next 2 games, so I thought, you know, the way I'm playing, there's no way I can win this match. And then suddenly I have an opportunity, an easy one, to run out when I was down 7-0. I run that rack, made a good break, broke on her end. So now I'm starting to think, you know, maybe there is a chance.
Yeah.
And yeah, 1 rack at a time. Then I took a timeout when I was down 8-4 or 8-5, and then I already felt that I can actually win the match because it's a longer race, and you know, I can turn that around.
Does it come down to experience in that? Obviously, look, Amir Ali's come in, he's a wild card. We didn't know too much about him. You, obviously, very experienced player now, even though still so young. Does it come down to experience in those final racks?
Well, I think so, yeah. It's whoever can handle the pressure better and whoever can break the balls better. And I wasn't the one that was breaking the balls better today, but I was handling the pressure all right. Even though it took me a lot of time to run those racks, but I'm happy that I won that match.
Chun next, coming up, 10:30, I believe, 10:30. What do you do now? Relax? Do you go back to the practice table, work on what you want to work on? What do you do?
Definitely some food first, and yeah, work on my break, because that's something that I really need to improve before my next match.
Now, you're still here, still a favourite, and a lot of people. Congratulations, well done.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, cheers.
He looks cool, doesn't he? Look cool in the moment of victory as well. He knows
Rack
it's still
5.
early in the tournament, I
Mohammad
guess,
Soufi
but
to break.
clearly delighted to
Will
still
you buy
be
3
here.
racks to 1?
Meantime, 3-1 then to Mohammad Soufi. Good value, I think, for the early advantage here.
No shot on this blue 2 unless he's going to start firing up bank shots. You never know with Soufi. Two-rail kick.
Foul shot. Ball in hand.
Yeah, and he's opened up the 4. He's put it
Start
near
the
the
clock.
middle pocket, which is ideal for Soufi because position will just be easier from the red 3 to the pink 4 now.
Extension called.
Yeah, let's jot down the time and the date because Mohammad Soufi's just called an extension. That is as rare as it comes. Seems that when he calls for the extension, he makes a mess of it. It wasn't a great positional shot, was it? This is what made it so interesting last year, just the way he plays the game. You never know what's going to happen.
Doubt is not a problem for him, is it? There's no hesitation at all playing these shots. Alawadhi's made a couple of errors. It has contributed, but Mohammad
wins the
Soufi
round.
looking very confident and making a great start here, leading 4-1. Adi has another happy winner with him.
Yeah, another happy winner, another legend of the game as well, Ralph Souke. Ralph, I mean, we have to talk about you banking that last night. I mean, to bank it when, I don't know, a couple racks in is one thing. To bank it when both of you are on the hill. Where did the nerves come from, Ralph, to do that?
Well, I think the nerves showed a couple of shots before when I really played a horrible position going from the 7 to the 8, which was, you know, actually a fairly easy position, to be honest. I came by, I don't know, at least 2 diamonds short, so I had to come up with a super thin cut on the 8 ball. Overhit it a little bit, so it came long on the 9 again, so I had to come with the bank shot on the 9 because I just didn't want to let him back to the table because there was not really a good safety option, and that's why I had to go for it, and luckily it went in.
Luckily, I think you deservedly went in. Robert Capito, one of the best players in the world, as you know, UK Open champion, one of the favourites for this tournament as well. By default, you've now become one of the favourites for this tournament, Ralph.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm one of the favorites now, just, you know, by beating, you know, the current UK Open champion. But obviously, he came here being in great form. But to be fair, you know, the match wasn't that great from both sides. So we both made a lot of mistakes. So, yeah, I'll just, you know, I'm just happy and glad that I, you know, came over the finish line first. And let's see what happens next. Yeah.
It was a long game. Obviously, you're back this evening as well to try and make your place into the 16. How much energy does a game like that take out of you?
Well, if you ask me the question again after the next match, I'm definitely, you know, can answer the question more properly. But I mean, right now it actually gives me a little extra boost, you know, going into the next match. But yeah, we'll see how it will go against Viktor Zielinski. You know, he's a fast, young player, you know, always loose. So yeah, let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens indeed. Congratulations making it to the last 32. Well done, Ralph.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done to Ralph Souke. Meantime, let's go back to the main table. Lots happened already, hasn't it, this evening? A lot more to come, of course.
Mohammad Soufi to break, leading by 4 racks to 1.
But how much more in this match? Mohammad Soufi really, I think, good value for this 4-1 lead. Looks confident. A couple of errors from Alawadhi not helped his cause either. Very nearly scratched there.
Yeah, no shot on the 2 again. I don't think he'll play the bank. Too many balls to play the hook. The 8 ball. Yeah, looks like it's done the job. Nice kick shot there from Alawadhi.
Extension called.
Can get through to this, can it? Well, it was the double kiss. Needs help off the pink 4. Well, it's a good bad one. Bad shot, good result. Look at the gap he found there.
Yeah, the one rack that Alawadhi won it was after Soufi had missed the 7, so he was given a bit of help. He hasn't really settled yet on the main table.
Another good kick shot there, exactly how he played it. Keeps the cue ball there. Sends a 2 up to the centre of the top rail.
Extension called.
I think he wants to go 2 rails and flick the blue 2. That would send the cue ball back up towards the area where he stood now, like where his bridge hand is. Got to hit it thin though off the second rail. Oh, the combo was on. Well, this is what he can do. I know we keep saying it, but his style of game is just, it's very easy on the eye.
Yeah, the 2 catching the 9 full to be on to middle, but he's making things happen. Some late nights this week. None of it's been Mohammad Soufi's fault. However long his matches have been, he plays quick. We're seeing it again tonight, and he's really taken control of this match now. No hesitation over the 9. Mohammad Soufi already with a handsome lead here in Jeddah this evening. 5-1 in this race to 11 to reach the last 16 of the World Championship.
I'm happy with my game right now. I beat good player, like I feel more comfortable about my game. Last match was against Yab. Yab is very strong.
All the players, they feel the high pressure for the tournament because the money prize. So it's normal. I'm struggling between the pressure and playing my A game, so I think this is something normal.
Badr is like from the best friend from me, like he's from Kuwait, like he play also a lot of tournament, he play very good. I am happy because I will meet him because one from us, like he will play last 16.
I'm excited to be on the TV table. I know him as a person actually, because we are friends and we play in West Asian and so many tournaments together. If I win or he win, actually it doesn't matter, we are brothers.
Last year he helped me a lot to not have a lot pressure in this tournament. I hope I will play better and better every match.
Yeah, Mohammad Soufi leading 5-1. They clearly are friendly. You could see that from the start of the match. But Mohammad Soufi's been pretty ruthless since it started. Looking good here.
5 racks to 1.
6 racks away from a last 16 place here in Jeddah, a place in the penultimate day of the World Championship.
Yeah, just you got a good look at the way he cues the ball there. I know it was the break shot, but you can see how far bent over his right arm is when he sets up to hit the ball. I think the 2 balls tied up though. Now he's potted the 1. But I don't think he can run out, can he? No, he can't yet. There's the 2 tied up on the brown 7.
Push out called. Badr, it's your choice.
Kick and stick he's attempted. Yeah, didn't quite get the stick on the cue ball. Can't quite see how the balls have laid up, but don't be surprised to see Soufi start flying at the 9 ball somewhere. Yep, he's having a look at something.
Stop the clock,
Looks
please.
like he's playing a combo.
Make sure the shot clock's on, please.
Combo onto the bank.
Thank you.
Yep, that's what he's looking at. Not a lot of players in the field would have attempted that. Kind of felt like it was low percentage and would end up costing the racket. It's a good chance this. I know he's not had much table time. And he's a very handy player himself. He beat Marco Fuccia in the round before this. Hill, 11-10 he won.
Well, we'll see in the fullness of time whether the shot that Soufi played will come back to haunt him. It's quite ambitious. And frankly, Alawadhi needed a bit of help at that point. He got it. So he's able to pull one back. It's 5-2.
Wins the rack.
Yeah, it's about as long as Soufi would take over a shot, actually, as he was lining it up, but it didn't come off, and it was a very open table that he left, and he has paid the price in this rack. I'm going to go across the arena to table 1, Jason Shaw and David Al-Qaidi. Myself and Carl on the streaming were commentating on Jason's match earlier, which he did struggle in. It's just that Mustafa Alnar, his opponent, struggled even more. He's trailing 5-3, was 5-1, so he has won the last 2.
I presume that's a push out. So Al-Qaedi's got the option here. I think he'll play it though, I don't think he'll give it back.
So a rather cagey start to that rack. 5-3 it is to David Al-Qaidi as we return to the main table.
Alawadhi to break, trailing by 5 racks
here
to 2.
to Mohammad Soufi. Alawadhi with the break.
That's a good break off. Deserves a shot on the lowest ball. Isn't going to get one though.
There's still a match going on from the last 64. Mario He and Hunter Lombardo 9 apiece on table 8.
Mario He
Push
comes
out
in that
called.
bracket of player where he's a bit of a nearly man. He's gone deep in
Mohammad, it's your choice.
these big pool tournaments, so he's not quite snapped a singles win off just yet. Yeah, just managed to pinch that one into the side pocket. Yeah, this will give you a good view of the cue action of Soufi. Watch his back arm here when he gets down. Look where his arm is there. Needs to hit the green. Yeah, he's very loose with the cue ball. There's that kind of like little whip through with the wrist as well, very loose on the cue. That's why he's got a lot of cue power.
Extension called.
Yeah, so he's not quite having things his own way now. Ah, that's gone wrong though. Covered on the 5.
He'll be happy with that, more than happy. He's played a few nice kick shots start of this match. Needs to miss the 9. If he misses the 8, well, he's just found a little gap. That's a nice safety shot there from Soufi. Going to need a little bit of help here. Maybe a cue ball to stay on the rail. That makes positioning harder. What an effort. Absolutely thumped it into the pocket. You could hear it.
Yeah, this is sort of bullied in, wasn't it, this one? Bosh. Next shot he played, though, just a little bit hard. But he still has a chance at this 6. I think a bit of a mix-up, I think, with the clock at the moment.
Reset the clock, please.
Not to beat. Just feel things have just turned a little in this match after that attempted combination shot, that quite intricate one he played in the last round. Because he was bossing things before that.
Yeah, I don't think that puts, does it? I think he actually had a go. Couldn't really do anything more effective than that. He's going to leave the gap. He is. He's not going to be happy with that leave. Just as Soufi won't be happy with that shot. Yeah, don't blame him. Have a go at the bank. Make something happen. Still in this match. If he wins this rack, 5-3 down. Very much game on. Might just draw it into the 9 here, or just go through the gap actually off the back rail. Yeah, that's more than okay.
Yeah, so Soufi's grip on this match, he's just loosening a bit. 5-1, he was looking superb. He'd go for a pretty ambitious attempt to make it 6-1, and since then, been a bit of a struggle, and Alawadhi maybe just sensing a chance to get back into it. He's won the last 2. So Mohammad Soufi's lead is reduced to 5-3. It's a race, remember, to 11 to reach the last 16 here tomorrow. A lot of action going on. There's still actually a match from the last 64. And it's Mario He and Hunter Lombardo. And this is the moment, Mario He with the 9 to get to the hill, 10-9. So a real battler. Obviously they had to wait actually to start that match, so they didn't get on maybe the allotted time, but it's been a battle, continues to be possible. 2 racks remain. By the way, Mickey Krause, of course, we saw him knock out FSR earlier. He's 5 each with America's Billy Thorpe. Eklent Kachi 3-3 with BJ Usuri. Dang Jinhu 6-4 up on Lee Van Corteza. 6-3 now Al-Qaedi over Shaw.
Yeah, Jason Shaw in a bit of a hole over there.
Trailing by
Katie
5 racks to 3.
just over the halfway point, 3 rack lead. What a wonderful break off. Just can't get an open look at the lowest ball though. Great strike.
Well, big shot this because it's a very open table. They're all there if he leaves Soufi a chance.
Well, he got it towards that pocket. Got us all a little excited. Alawadhi is by no means a slow player. But when you watch Soufi run round the table, seems to take forever, doesn't it? Needs help from the 8 ball here. Yeah, and he's got it, so he can't pop the blue 2. The 8 balls in the way. The combination is way too difficult. It's a lot of distance from cue ball to the blue 2. I wonder if he's going to hit the 2 ball full in the face and try and send it round the table. Yeah, that's the shot he's played. Oh, he's hit it into the 7 though.
Extension called.
Just while he takes this extension, I can tell you the next TV match after this will be Joshua Filler against Oscar Dominguez. We know that Filler was happy to get through his match.
Good match that. Filler survived the scare, and Oscar Dominguez has been playing some good pool the last 3 months. Good to see Oscar Dominguez starting to get some consistency. What a shot he's just played there though. This was special. Look how thin it is, and he loads it up with spin. It goes absolutely in the heart of the pocket, finds the gap in between the 9 and the 6, and yeah, the our cameramen are going to work hard tonight when Soufi's at the table, that's for sure. Just don't get any time, do you, when he plays?
Does just sometimes just lose ideal position. But he's very good at recovering. One of those players, certainly, whatever table he's on, if you know that if he's playing, you'll make an effort to watch him. Thankfully, we've got him on the main table here.
Yeah, it was a good move putting Soufi on the main stage. Last year's runner-up.
Mohammad Soufi wins the rack.
Well, important rack to win because Alawadhi was coming back at him, but Mohammad Soufi regains a 3-rack lead, 6-3 in this race to 11 for the last 16 of the World Championship.
Well, I don't need to wear a crown to know that I'm the one, 'cause I can do things for you I've never been wrong. Just turn it on, just turn it on, start out the lights and watch me set it
Welcome back to Jeddah. It's day 4 of 6 here at the World Pool Championship, the night session, the last 32. So this field being whittled down in every session we play. Now then, Mario He was 10-9 last time we saw, and he had a chance for the combination shot, and he got it just a few moments ago. He's beaten Hunter Lombardo, so he has booked his place in the last 32. That was the last match of the last 64. Mario He still standing here. He'll play Anton Roga later tonight. On the main table, Mohammad Soufi leads Badr Alawadhi 6-3. Just waiting for him to return. It's 6-4 Al-Qaidi over Shaw now on table 1. 6-4 Dang Jinhu over Lee Van Corteza on table 2. And just to remind you, Joshua Filler and Oscar Dominguez will be the second match on the main table coming up later tonight.
Yeah, Joshua Filler, 9-4 down in the last 64. He won every rack to win 11-9. It was a simply amazing comeback. So was Fedor Gorst. He was 7-0 down, come back to win 11-9.
Table 2, and this is a tight one, as you can see, 6-5 Dang Jinhu over Lee Van Corteza. Yeah, there's a lot of tense action. What we notice as well on the floor here, that word goes round if there's a match that's heading, you know, towards a climax, and everybody gathers round just to add to the pressure the players are already under, which is considerable. It's the World Championship, biggest money tournament in the history of 9-ball pool. Who will still be here tomorrow? There'll just be 16 players when we start the afternoon session on Friday.
Yeah, Levan Cortez, another cool Filipino operator on the pool table. He has got all the shots, like most players left in the tournament, of course, but just mean he does it a little different. Another one of the pre-tournament favourites was our current US Open champion, Ko Ping Chung. He's down 7 racks to 3 against Mark Beister-Bosch, so he's in trouble.
Okay, that's table 2, and this
Back
is
to
across
10,
the arena.
Mohammad Soufi to break.
Back to the main table.
Leading by 6 racks to 3.
It is to Mohammad Soufi. The reaction suggests he can't see the potting angle for blue to corner.
Sees the shot, plays pure instinct.
Yeah, he won't die wondering, will he? He's going to have a go, and that's what makes him so compelling. It was a great break. He couldn't see the potting angle, but he had the bank. And he continues here towards a 7-3 lead. Not always in tight positional control, but he doesn't seem to fear any sort of even half recovery shot. But he's missed that. Yeah, he wasn't absolutely ideal. You still fancied him for it.
Yeah, it wasn't easy, was it? Because he's got to spin the ball around the table, just fires it into the long rail.
So a lot of the chances Alawadhi has had have been sort of gifted to him. It's up to him, of course, to put them away. And even though Soufi's definitely made the running, he's played the better of the two, he's only going to be 2 in front, assuming he pots these 2. So for all the chances he's fashioned for himself, hasn't quite been putting them away. Feels like he should be a few further in front than just 6-4. But that is the score. Alawadhi delighted to get that chance to put those 3 away and reduce the gap to just 2. Little sort of smile between the 2 players. While they set the table up for rack 11, let's go over to table 1, and this is a close one as well. David Al-Qaidi and Jason Shaw. 6-5 to Al-Qaidi, was 6-3. In fact, it was 5-1 at one point, so Jason Shaw's got back into it. He didn't seem that enamoured with this table earlier, but back on it again tonight. We're at that stage now where some of the real big hitters are going up against each other. Of course, there isn't a shot clock on this table. Jason Shaw, one of that group of favourites ahead of the tournament. Every day we have a bus that transports us to the venue from the hotel. His face is on the side of it. That's a clue that he's one of the big hitters here, but doesn't seem that chipper tonight, even though he's got himself back into the match. Still a bit of a struggle. Let's go back to the main table then.
Yeah. Rack 11, Bad Alawadhi to break. Trailing by 6 racks to 4.
Where's the cue ball? Needs to stay up, and it has done. Ooh, close. And I think the 2 is dressed up for a pot.
Extension called.
It's amazing, isn't it? It looked like the cue ball was going to come across the rail and go in the pocket, and then Soufi would have had ball in hand, unmissable finish. And even where the cue ball is, if you look at the table, he could actually only pot 2 balls. 3 balls, the brown 7, the blue 2 and the purple 5. So fortunate to have this shot. Actually played that very nice, controlled. Can be quite daunting when you play someone who plays really quick, because you just feel like the racks can start to slip away from you. He's done a good job here to stay in this match.
Yeah, and he's playing at his tempo. Like you said earlier, he's not slow by any means. It's just the comparison with his opponent, but he's found a nice even tempo. So he's not going away, and he's won the last 2 racks. Badr Alawadhi closes the gap, and Mohammad Soufi just can't quite get clear of him. 6-5. Yeah, very interesting match, I think. As I say, Soufi's playing fearless stuff, but it's not sort of consistently. So lots of action going on around about. Ralph Souquet starting out against Viktor Zelensky. Not had much of a gap since his previous match, but we saw how delighted he was when he spoke to Adi.
Yeah, Eklund Kachi and BJ Ussery in the distance. It's 6-3 to Eklund Kachi as the referee racks the balls up. It was actually 3-all at one stage, that match, so Kachi's won the next 3. Billy Thorpe in the red shirt, Mickey Krause in the white one. That match is Mickey Krause 7, Thorpe 6, so I'm sure that is another match that might go down to the depths like so many today.
Rack 12, Bad Alawadhi to break. Trailing by 6 racks to 5.
He's done well. He's back in the match, and he's breaking 6-5 down. Random 3 ball. He's got a shot at this yellow 1. Big matches these, last 32 matches to get to the last 16.
Oh no, went with quite a bit of pace and pocket hasn't taken it.
$15,000 qualifying for the final 16 players in the last 32 are on $7,000.
Well, it's full of sort of shifts in momentum, this match, and I thought Alawadhi looked so cool taking out that last rack, and then an unexpected mishap befalls him at the start of this one.
Extension called.
Things are starting to unravel. Tricky shot here though for that. He's got to try and find a gap. He kind of knocked the purple 5 save, so he's got to try and float towards the 8 ball. If he hits the 8 full. Oh, he's played that nice. I like it. A real tidy little shot he's played just to find that little window.
Extension called.
Well, we heard in the interviews they said they were good friends and be supporting him in normal circumstances. Maybe that's helped a little bit. He's not been sort of overawed by playing him or concerned about the sort of panache with which Soufi's played. He's just waited for his own chances. Looks very calm.
Yeah, he's a very good player, Alawadhi. Good competitor. Oh, has he landed straight? He's getting down quick. Well, he's got down very quick, but there's not much angle there. Oh, look at this. This is beautiful. Shot of the match. What a cue ball he's played there.
And like you say, he got down quickly. He sort of thought, okay, that's, I know where I've got to get the white. That's what I'll do. Amazing. Amazing shot. Brilliant. From Bad Alawadhi. He was 6-3 down, and Soufi was looking really strong, but it's 3 on the spin for the man from Q8, so they can't be separated. Level at 6 each. Welcome back to the World Pool Championship. A lot of action taking place tonight. Last 32. We'll be back shortly with Mohammad Soufi and Badr Alawadhi. But lots going on around this arena. Table 11, Mickey Krause and Billy Thorpe. It's 8-6 to Krause. Of course, he knocked out Francisco Sanchez Ruiz earlier on the main table.
Yeah, this is Billy Thorpe kicking at the 6th ball. Got to hit a rail after contact. That is not going to work, so it'll be ball in hand for Mickey Krause.
What a day he's having. But another tense one. Eklen Kachi 6-3 in his match there. Ravsuka's won the first as well. 55-year-old champion 28 years ago.
Rack 13.
Yuki Oi 3-1 up against Xiao Grillo.
The match is
But back
tied,
we go,
6
6 each here. I can tell you it's 7-6 Al-Qaedi over Shaw now on table 1. 7 each on table 2 between Dang and Corteza.
Ko Pin Chung is still in a sticky situation. He's 8-3 down to the Bosch. There's a lot of firepower, Mark the Bosch, he really does. Fantastic week he had in Spain when he lost in the final to Dang Junhui. Holds his hand up because he got away with one. It's all a bit weird, that, wasn't it? I was looking at the pocket at first, but don't know what happened. Anyway, this is the spot. Soufi's in, kicking at that blue 2.
Well, it was like a pinball machine. That there were so many nudges.
Extension called.
That's where the cue ball's finished.
Foul shot. Ball in hand. Please start the clock.
Gone round the back of that. Amazing that there was room for that.
Yeah, you'd give him 100 goes at that.
Extension called.
Well, he could pot it. See the spin he put on the cue ball, that sends it off that first rail down onto the bottom rail. Just been patient, Alawadhi. That's all he's done here. He's waited for mistakes from Soufi. Soufi's had all the chances, really, to get a healthy lead. The fact that it's only 6-6, Mohammad Soufi should have been well in front, really, with the chances he's had. watch outside pocket. This is a mistake. It's a huge, huge mistake. Didn't need to be anywhere near there. Why is he drawing it back and risking it? It's a good hit to kind of keep himself in this rack, but what a poor shot to leave the cue ball in the jaws. Decided to play the bank, and I think the 8 will go in the top right corner pocket, just past the 9.
Yeah, so it was a big mistake in the end from Alawadhi, where he left
Soufi
himself
wins the rack.
on that 7, and well, the scales fall in Soufi's favour once again. Looks certain to go behind, but he managed to scrape a 7-6 lead, and you can see the annoyance there because he was playing good stuff. That rack was at his mercy, but he didn't take it out. Now then, table 6, Mark Beisterbosch and Ko Ping Chung, 9-3. But we've seen a couple of recoveries, haven't we, today from some of the big hitters.
Yeah, surely the comebacks are not going to keep happening though. Ralph Souquet, after banking that 9 ball to win Hill and knocking Capito out of the event. He's playing Victor Zielinski. It's 1 apiece there.
Yeah, lots happening around this arena, and a very interesting match on the main
14,
table.
Mohammad
Soufi,
Soufi to break.
who was looking
Leading by 7 racks to 6.
really good early on, was pegged back. Should have been 7-6 down really, but managed to scramble that last one. So 7-60s to him. It's race to 11.
Oh, nice. Sliding the cue ball behind the green ball. That'll work out okay. He'll be happy with that, where the balls are finished.
Johan Chur, who knocked out Abin last night, is 8-5 up on Max Lechner. Moiki Oya, I know he's a
Extension
great
followed.
favourite of many. He's 3 of 3 with João Grillo, Portugal. One thing's for sure, the Soufi procession that was happening earlier has gone away for now. It's become a battle, this match.
Yeah, it's all about this 2-ball. No one can get in and play it a telling safety, can they?
Extension called.
Looks a bad shot, but it was very awkward that. He just didn't seem to have a cover for any ball there. This ball will go past the brown 7. He can play it into the rail, but he's just got to make sure he hits the rail. No, not that far. Maybe he's played safe. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Well,
Foul
that
shot.
is so unfortunate. There was just a little edge sticking
Ball in
out, and he
hand.
caught the edge.
Please start the clock.
Yeah, then caught the green 6 and yeah, unlucky and could be costly for sure. Whether it is or it isn't, he'll find out quickly. The way Soufi plays.
Yeah, this is the style he plays, isn't it? Cue balls just come round, he'll draw this right back. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, he looked certain, didn't he, to go 7-6 down. Just that one positional error from Alawadhi in the last cost him. Turned into a real scrap, this. But Soufi's got himself
Mohammad Soufi
too
wins the
clear
rack.
again. So he's just managing to hold Alawadhi off for now. He's 3 from the last 16 of this World Championship. Now across the arena, David Al-Qaedi is one closer. He's 9-6 over Jason Shaw. Here they are in rack 16.
Shaw's in a little bit of a tricky spot again. We spoke about he's one of the favourites. Of course, playing Al-Qaedi, it was always going to be a tough match. Two good friends actually on the circuit. Played Moscone Cups together. Looks like it's a push out, so this is off the break. Shaw's going to have the option. Will he fire at something? Yeah, back to the main table. We'll keep you posted, as we always do.
Rack 15, Mohammad Soufi to break, leading by 8 racks to 6.
Soufi's managed to get back in the lead. Feels like he can see the edge of this ball. Yeah, there you see, he can see the edge of it. I think he can pot it. Surely he's not playing the bank, is he? No, he's not. He's playing safe. Has he fluked it? He hasn't. And I think he's left the potting angle. Jump cue time. He'll have a go at this one. It's hard to control the cue ball, but you've just got to make sure you get the pot.
Foul shot.
Well, he didn't
Ball
put the
in
one
hand.
ball in the pocket he wanted to.
Please start the clock.
Oh, it took a few kisses, didn't it, before it went in the pocket.
Of course, it's a jump shot in the last rack that ultimately cost Alawadhi. Scratched off that as well. So Soufi just getting a couple of openings, and having been pegged back from 6-3
Mohammad
to 6
Soufi
each,
wins the rack.
he's pulled away again. This match ebbing and flowing as we go along. It's Mohammad Soufi, 2 away from victory, leading here in Jeddah, 9-6. There's the trophy that they're playing for, of course, this week, plus the $250,000 first prize. It'll be presented on Saturday. We're still, of course, in the last 32 here
Mohammad
tonight.
Soufi to break.
And
Leading
Mohammad
by 9 racks
Soufi,
to 6.
it's been an interesting match. He had the early running. He led 6-3. He was pegged back to 6-all by Badr Alawadhi, but it's now 9-6. So Soufi 2 away from the last 16.
This is a very good break-off. No reward.
Our first player into the last 16, Mickey Krause, has beaten Billy Thorpe 11-6. That was off the back of course, the victory over FSR earlier. So Mickey Krause of Denmark, first man through.
Yeah, he was also capable of beating defending champion FSR. Cisco Sanchez Ruiz has been a great world champion. So good for the game. But his reign is going to be over.
Extension called.
Don't know if he's going to have a go at the 3 ball. It's not quite over the pocket, that's the problem. That was always going to be the issue. It wasn't over the pocket. Yeah, it was thin. But he took care of it, didn't it? Even though Mohammad Soufi loses the cue ball quite a lot, it's still great to watch, isn't it?
Mark Beister Bosch, 2 balls from victory against Ko Ping Chung, as Soufi
Wins the rack.
takes out that rack very stylishly on the hill then at 10-6. So let's go to table 6. Can Beister Bosch get this one? Surely going to.
He has a lot of firepower, does Beister Bosch. That's what's seen him get to his first ever final, Open final, the Spanish Open, where he lost out to Dang Jinhu. He's going to knock out one of the big guns, the current US Open champion. Falls to Beister Bosch, 11 racks to 4.
Yeah, he's the second man into the last 16. Will Mohammad Soufi sure to become the third? It's, by the way, 9-7 Al-Qaedi over Shaw on table 1. We make our way back to the main table. Alawadhi looks certain to go 7-6 up. He just played one bad positional shot. It's all turned from there, really.
Rack 17, Mohammad Soufi to break, leading by 10 racks to 6 on the hill.
Al-Qaedi also on the hill now, 10-7 over Jason Shaw on table 1.
Shaw's got to win the last 4, otherwise he's out of the world champs. Yeah, he's hit that all wrong. It was a shocker, that. He's basically just left his opponent in with an open look at the one. Outside chance of potting the purple 5 here.
Foul shot.
Well, I meant the pink 4,
Ball
of
in
course.
hand. Please start the clock.
So Banner, Alawadhi does have another opening, at least. In terms of who the winner of the match will play, it's either Max Lechner or Johan Chua. And Chua's 8-7 up there.
Hanging on in there, buddy. Alawadhi.
Yeah, it's
But
still a tall order,
Alawadhi
but of course he
wins
has
the
the
rack.
break in the next 10-7. It is to Mohammad Soufi. Let's catch up with Al-Qaidi and Shaw. 10-7 Al-Qaidi. And this is the position, just 2 balls left on the table.
Yeah, David Al-Qaidi was in early in this rack, and then Jason Shaw potted the 6 and 7, didn't get on the 8 ball, missed it, and this is what he's left. Al-Qaedi's at the table. Don't know if the bank shot's on. If not, it'll be the safety trying to use the 9 ball. Well, they went for the bank. I don't think that was on, you know. Shaw is hanging on in.
Tell you on table 2, Dang Jinhu also on the hill, 10-8 against Lee Van Corteza.
Well, he mishit that. He completely mishit the pot. Didn't go in the heart of the pocket. That's why the cue ball went near the side pocket.
Well, he's put the 9 away, so Jason Shaw still in there fighting, trailing 10-8. We've got some tight games on the 3 main tables. Here on the centre table, it's 10-7 to
Back
Soufi,
18.
but of course,
Bad Alawadhi to
Alawadhi
break.
has the break.
Trailing by 10 racks to 7.
Good break, half a chance here as well on the red 3. Table 4 is tied at 4-4. Battle of the Filipinos. Jeffrey Ignacio, Patrick Gonzalez. He took out Appleton and Ko Ping Yi. So all 3 Ko brothers are out of this year's World Championships. Ko Ping Yi and Ko Ping Chung are the brothers that have won the big majors. They're not going to win this one. We'd like to play that shot again.
Extension called.
Outside chance here to win the match for Soufi. Obviously, it's a very difficult shot on the pink 4. If he's got an obvious safety, he'd probably choose that.
extension called.
Just one good pot required here. Well, you've just got to put everything into the pot. It's quite soft. Yeah, he's missed it. Just didn't like the pace he played it. Trying to get the cue ball in behind the 7. Kind of half and half, didn't he? Half did it, half didn't. Looks like he's kicking at 2 rails. Could swerve it. That's the one. This is the one he's been waiting for.
Foul shot. Ball in hand.
I think the 6 ball goes. I don't think it's tied up on the 9, and if that's the case, what a chance this is. Get through to the last 16. The 2nd year running.
Yeah, what a run it was last year to the final. He's looked the better player tonight. He hasn't been flawless by any means, but he's certainly very dangerous. He's certainly very confident, and he's certainly very easy on the eye to watch as well. Mohammad Soufi, 3 balls to go.
But he does have a loose cue ball. Yeah, where's the cue ball going there? This is just his style. And it works. A runner-up last year, and it's this 9 ball. The bookies place to the final 16.
Mohammad Soufi wins the match.
Gets the job done. It wasn't plain sailing. Good friends, these two. It was played in a good spirit. But Alawadhi certainly had chances, but it is last year's runner-up, Mohammad Soufi, who puts himself into the last 16. He's the winner here. 11-7.